Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Ask Jameen. I am Nikki Willis, and
I'm Jameen.
each week we come to you with another question that many of our clients are asking us. This week's question is, how do I prepare myself for home ownership? All right, Boo, take it away.
This is a very popular question that people ask is, how do I prepare myself for home ownership? What do I have to do to get myself prepared, get ready? What are the steps that I have to take to be a homeowner? The first thing that you need to do is establish a vision of what type of house that you want, and not just I want to buy a house. Get into the details, get into the specifics. Do you like a 2-story or do you want a ranch? Do you need a formal dining room? Do you want a fenced-in backyard? Get really detailed. Think about location. Think about the location of where you work, where your kids may go to school, where you may go to church, where you like to hang out. Establish a vision of what you want. Don't just say, I want to buy a house. Get very detailed about it. The second thing that you want to do is to prepare yourself for home ownership. For the most part, about 75% of us, when we buy a home or our first home, we get a mortgage. So the second thing you would want to do is focus on your credit. So to prepare to be a homeowner, you need to have about a 620 or higher credit score. So you want to get your credit score up to a 620 or higher, or as high as you can get it to be, in order to purchase a house and get prepared. The next thing is, it may sound like a daunting number, but you want to get 20% or as much as possible to put down on a down payment. I know that sounds like a daunting number, but the reason why I say or as much as possible is there's a lot of down payment assistance programs available, especially for first-time home buyers, to where you can get down payment assistance and you can use your funds in addition to down payment assistance or assistance from a family member. You can receive gift funds, so you don't always have to put down just the minimum requirements. You can put down as much as possible, which is what I recommend, because the more you put down, the less your mortgage will be.
Okay. Now, the next one, you always talk about having 3 to 6 months expenses.
Yep.
All right, go ahead and tell us more about that.
So more importantly than putting down as much of a down payment as possible is you want to have 3 to 6 months of monthly expenses and savings. This is super important because if there's one thing that I can guarantee in the process of buying a home is if something doesn't break down with the home, something is going to break down with you. If something doesn't break down with you, something's going to break down with your car.
Right.
And you don't want to be house poor.
That's right.
So
that's our motto.
Yeah.
We do not want you house poor.
Yeah. So to prepare yourself for home ownership, I recommend that to be prepared is to have 3 to 6 months of monthly expenses in savings for a rainy day, something going wrong, and so you have that cushion.
Okay. All right. What's the another thing to prepare yourself for home ownership?
To prepare yourself for home ownership, I call this the big 4. So there's 4 major things that will prevent you or stop you from buying a house right now or in the near future. The big 4 is you want to be at least 2 years out of a bankruptcy. Okay. The second one is you want to be 2 years or longer out of having a car repossessed. The third thing is you want to not have any student loans that are delinquent. They can be deferred but not delinquent.
Okay.
And then the fourth thing is you want to go 12 months without being 30 days late on anything on your credit report. So no 30-day lates on your credit report over the next 12 months.
Okay. So no bankruptcies in the past 2 years. Okay. Your student loans need to be current, not necessarily, they can be deferred, but just not delinquent.
Correct.
No repossessions in the past 2 years, and 12 months with no 30-day late payments. Okay, so that's the big 4.
That's the big 4.
All right.
Another thing is you want to focus on consider a 15-year mortgage versus a 30-year mortgage. Everybody automatically assumes that you're going to get a 30-year mortgage, but what would you rather be, in debt for 15 years or in debt for 30 years? Look at it, consider it.
Yeah.
Sometimes the numbers may not work out, but look at the difference between a 15-year and a 30-year mortgage. You may find that you can actually afford it. A lot of times you'll get a slightly lower interest rate for being for a 15-year mortgage versus a 30-year mortgage, and you pay more on that principal every mortgage payment with a 15-year mortgage versus a 30-year mortgage, and you can pay less interest. You get out of debt with a 15-year versus a 30-year mortgage. Sometimes the numbers just don't work out.
But at least consider it.
Yeah,
right?
You don't know until you look and consider and do the numbers, do the work, and research it and see the difference and see if it's something that you may want to consider.
Yeah, absolutely. So that was a quick crash course on things to consider and think about when preparing to purchase a home. If you want the real course, the one where we go through all the nuts and bolts, all the nitty gritty, we offer a free course called How to Prepare Yourself for Home Ownership. And if you want more information about those courses, just email us at thewillisteamlv@gmail.com. You can also visit us on our website at thewillisteamlv.com. All right, guys, that has been another Ask Jameen. We hope you guys have a great week, and we will see you next week. Bye.